Jamal, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, my computer.
Time to run it all. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip, this wet. Time to run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Time to run it up. I wake up.
Wow, they did that real quick. They did that.
Time to run it up. I wake up.
Okay, I'm just trying to get it all figured out. You know, because we came out. The intro came in. This is Ebony Sports Reporters. We are in the house. Some of our other coaches, they'll be coming in. Some of them at City Council meeting. And we got Coach Stud with us tonight. He's in the house. Glad to have you here. And we got things that are happening right now. So bear with us just for a second because I'm setting it all up. Because, again, we got some controversial things. So I want everyone to understand where we are with regard to Ebony Sports Reporters, that we give you sports. We celebrate sports. That's what we like to do. And then some of them are trying to hide right now. And when I say some try to hide, like Coach Julius Hall, he got about 15 teams in the playoffs. And so that's why he don't want to be here right now. That's why I'm just telling you, no, he don't want to be here right now because of that. But his 15 teams. Coach Stud, how things been going for you?
Man, things going good. Thanks for having me.
Always. Yes, indeed. And so some things will go because I hope some of the other coaches come because, again, we got a lot of things going on. So, but I asked this question. What's your thoughts with regards to the Hall of Fame? Baseball, Major League Hall of Fame.
On the Major League Hall of Fame.
Because Scott Rowland is the only one that goes in. They vote only in Scott Rowland. So, you know, that's some people like saying, hey, that's the trend that's going on. So just trying to find out what some of the thoughts with regards to that.
You know, I saw that and I didn't open it up and read up on that like I should have and been more prepared to elaborate on
that. See, the reason I even throw it out there is like this. Who do you think should be in the Hall of Fame? There's some people that I think we all can agree on should be in the Hall of Fame that are not there in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, most definitely. That's in every sport there, though. Yeah, that's in every sport. You got something that should be there, just can't get in. But we just have to continue to be optimistic that eventually they will, though.
So I'll just put it out there. The thoughts with regards to Bobby Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. Now, some people I know, like Tony Mitchell, others, you know, they have their thoughts with regards to that. But again, we say Bobby Bonds should be there. And some are going to say that Andrew Jones did not make it. That people going to look at and say, with regard to him as a great center fielder, that he not making it to the Hall of Fame. So, and people are saying this is still part of that legacy, still that time period. So, but when we go ahead, we'll move on with regards to some of this right here. So what's your thoughts with regards to the playoffs? What the experiences that happened this weekend? What's some of your thoughts on that?
Initially, I was going with, I like the Cincinnati Bengals, even if Kansas City quarterback Patrick Mahomes was healthy. Cincinnati have beat them 3 times with him being healthy. I like the Bengals to advance out the AFC. And up until just morning, I liked the Philadelphia Eagles. Now I have switched to the San Francisco 49ers to advance with the rookie quarterback. I like the Cincinnati Bengals to be world champions.
So
it's just my opinion now.
So I'm saying, why up until this morning?
I'm going to tell you why. Everywhere I'm turning, all I'm hearing is Philadelphia. People giving Cincinnati a chance because of the quarterback situation with Patrick Mahomes. But nobody is giving the 49ers a chance with the rookie quarterback. So I just feel the San Francisco 49ers and the Cincinnati Bengals, but I like Cincinnati Bengals to be the world champions.
Okay. All right. So,
how you see it?
Well, I will say this right here. I'm a part of Raider Nation. You know, I'm a fan of Patrick Mahomes. I'm a fan of Patrick and also a fan of Joe Burrows because I think that he brings, again, I tell you, Joe has been around some of us. He's been around some of us, so that's why he functions like that. That's why he's been around some of us. So I'm like, okay, I got it. And, you know, with regard to Philadelphia, in particular with regards to Jalen Hurts, I like Jalen Hurts with regards to what he's done with regard to leadership because Jalen had been criticized before the previous seasons with regards to him not having the skill set that he was limited. And so now he comes in this season right here and he has an MVP caliber season. So I had to give mad respect for saying that this is someone that worked on his craft during the off season. So again, as I tell people, mad respect with regards to that, Jalen Hurts. So for me, I think that as it stands right now in San Francisco, I've been a somewhat mediocre fan of the San Francisco 49ers because, again, you know, because my love for Jerry Rice. And so then Jerry Rice went across the bay. You know, I love for him with regards to that also going to Oakland. But as it stands right now, I foresee Philadelphia making it to the Super Bowl. I would love for them to make it to the Super Bowl. So we look at Philly make it to the Super Bowl and look at Philly also winning the Super Bowl. Now, if it comes down to Kansas City or Philadelphia, I'm happy with either one winning it. Or if it comes down Philadelphia and Cincinnati, I'm happy with either one of them winning it. So, yes.
Oh, that's good. I don't like the way Alabama done Jalen Hurts, but he put that behind him with Oklahoma and then showing him that he can play at a very high level.
I said constantly, that's right. And he's outperformed when it's come down to it. He and only Richard Todd have been the only Alabama quarterbacks that have recently not taken teams to the playoffs and been successful in winning in the playoffs. So again, now I say accolades to Jalen Rose with regards to that. And so now we'll throw some things out to another another school, a college school, and that is Bethune-Cookman. Bethune-Cookman University. Bethune-Cookman. What's your thoughts with regards to what's been going on with Coach Ed Rees and what has happened? I'm still going to say Coach Ed Rees, but then what's your thoughts with regards to that?
2 weeks ago on this show, when you had Coach Ack, who also on the district up there in Georgia, he say as long as Bethune-Cookman, long as Ed Reed don't want to take them to where they ain't trying to go. And when that happened, that's the first thing I heard it right here on Ebony Sports. Exactly. Yep. Say if his ideals ain't bigger than the university. So when I saw that, if I'd had Coach ask some information, I'd have reached out to him and say, you just told us about it on Ebony Sports. He said if his ideals ain't bigger than the university. And when I got whiff of it, I Googled and read it. I say, yep. But he was very disappointed about that, though. Very disappointed, you know, because he wanted to take them, you know, and take them to new heights, you know. And they just, apparently they wasn't trying to go in that direction, you know.
And with regards to even Dion then chiming in with regards to it, Dion putting it out there with regards to, again, what can we expect with regards to our athletes and now they are now coaching. And so I think Ed has some great points with regards to when he said that they went to clean up, that they were doing the cleanup. And that I think, hey, wait a minute, that is the issue. That he said my office wasn't clean. And so, and that was actually going to be fair that now Reggie Theism, they're going to say that it was a misunderstanding, that there's another side to the story. But at least when Ed is saying that, and then when you have the students at Bethune-Cookman, because for me, it becomes a much larger issue now. It's not just even with regards to Ed. If it's like that before Ed gets there, then it's something that's happening during that same. It's happening for the students also. So it's not just happening in one area. It's like it's a vacuum. I'm like saying no, that this right here has been a part of the entire story with regards to the lives of students at Bethune-Cookman. And I got love for Bethune-Cookman, so I want anybody to think I'm trying to put Bethune down. But we saw what the students did with regards to now when they began to clamor, that they began to talk about and put it out there. So we have to take some responsibility for some of this right here. And we need to be concerned about what was said and not necessarily get caught up into the egos with regards to that. And I think, again, and Ed Reeves, again, indicate that he wanted to be there for the players.
Yes.
I got respect for that. I have respect, because, again, he showed an interest in the institution, but then also letting people know that this is how we need to function. This is what we need to be about. So I got mad respect for him with regards to that.
Most definitely. Yep.
So, and where we go with regard to that, that's why I just got, I'm like, where do we go? Where do we go with regards to that? So, but we'll roll on. We'll move on with some other things. And so
it's going to be very interesting to see where do they go, though. That's what I'm waiting to see next. But anyway, go ahead, though.
I'm just going. And so LeBron has been catapulting himself even further. What's your thoughts with regard to LeBron and where he's gone at? And now Anthony Davis is back. So things might look up. But then, what's your thoughts with regard to LeBron?
Well, LeBron and Kobe Bryant come straight out of high school to the professional level. Never had opportunity to get well groomed. They was just raw like that. And LeBron, in my opinion, would go down as the greatest player. I would put him surpass Michael Jordan. Okay. Michael Jordan had 2 or 3 years at North Carolina. LeBron didn't.
Right. Uh-huh.
Yep. I think he's hanging around, want to play at least 1 year with his son, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But I can't blame him for that. That's his son.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yes.
If they could keep Anthony Davis healthy, though, they make some noise in that West over there.
And that's what it comes down to.
Yes.
Absolutely. That's what it comes down to. So yes, yep. If he can maintain and still be healthy.
Got to be healthy. Yeah. It take Coach Hall to tell you about Anthony Davis. Yeah.
And we now move on to another favorite when it comes to basketball for so many people. And it's a favorite with regards to them to try to bash. And that's with regards to the Brooklyn Nets. And we're looking at Kyrie Irving. What's your thoughts with regards to Kyrie and how he's performing and with regards to the Brooklyn Nets?
He have really stepped up since KD have been out. And I like that because I always had him and KB was no loyalty to a team. They just want to go where they feel they can get a championship at then. That's how I always viewed him. Mm-hmm. But he done stepped up now with KD being out and really got the team on his back carrying him. Now, Ben Simmons, he's going to have to get out of that funk he's in. I mean, the guy was 6'10", come out of LSU. He going to have to get his game to going in the right direction. Mm-hmm. He just have to. They only this the NBA now. They gonna only hide him for so long now. He gonna have to step out.
Mm-hmm.
I watched him last night. He didn't even want to go afraid to get fouled because he's such a poor foul shooter. Yeah, but they made a good game out of that with what they was working with, and a game that a few balls go their way here and there. They might have could have pulled off an upset there. But Joel Embiid is something else, Embiid.
Oh, yes.
Yes. But I really like Kyrie. Normally Kyrie will lay down, but I'm glad he didn't. I like Kyrie, man.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yep. Oh, yes. And so we move on to Chad Ochocinco. Now, some people, they dismiss Chad, but Chad got insight. I have respect for Chad. Chad, with regards to even discuss when he first signs his contract and now playing the NFL, he is living in the stadium. He's living in the stadium. He also then discussed about what he did, how he invested. People talk him eating McDonald's, but that's a part of his investment. So what's your views on Chad Ochocinco?
I liked him when he was at Oregon State in college, and he was a great wide receiver with the Cincinnati Bengals. And now I'm seeing that he just as good as on the business aspect of it as he was on the field.
Yes.
Yep. Got a name, but hey, that's his choice though. But here he's solid though, and I really like that about him. He's also first cousin to Keyshawn Johnson. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Keyshawn Johnson, yep.
I was not aware of that. And so for some of you sitting out there, let y'all know. But Chad indicated that what happened for him was that he is now at the stadium, because the stadium basically, they had food there, they had television there, they had blankets there. So he stayed in the stadium for like 2 years. And he indicates that later on when Marvin Harris now comes in, so Marvin now goes and tell him that, hey, listen, you now need to become responsible. So that's when he now leaves and now goes on and get his own place. But he had been there for 2 years. He said he even set up a gaming system inside there. So that's when he realized, like, hey, I enjoy being here, so I don't have to leave here. So that's what he stayed for 2 years. Then later on, when they discussed what he did with his money, that he said he bought him a McDonald's franchise. And then he bought one, then bought 2 others. So he's the owner of 3 McDonald's franchises. People talk about him eating McDonald's, but then guess what? That is a part of his business that he invested. So again, we said Chad Ochocinco is an example that other athletes should be following and that other athletes should be engaging in. Understanding that it's not just about right now, but also being sensible that, again, if you're one person, you don't have to have a 10-bedroom mansion. You don't need to have that. But again, you have the sensibilities to know. So again, having the people around him and having some sensibilities that he understood that. So we now go on to the Savannah Bananas. Savannah Bananas said to be possibly the hottest ticket in all the sports, the Savannah Bananas. And so I will say to you, Coach Stud, that Julius Hall probably is on that waiting list also to get Savannah Bananas. That there's a larger waiting list for Savannah Banana tickets than for the Green Bay Packers.
What?
No, absolutely, yes. That Savannah Bananas ticket, that again, the waiting list for that exceeds the number of people who are on the waiting list for the Green Bay Packers. And so Savannah Bananas, which is, again, a Coastal Plains baseball team. And so they have 500,000 people, 500,000 people on the waiting list for them. The Packers got 140,000.
Okay. So now Coach Hall going to come in and ridicule that in a minute now. Yeah. How long have they been in existence?
They've been in existence for approximately right now, 4 years? 4 years, approximately 4 years.
Okay, well, they solid there. They made it 4 years. They solid there. I did not know they had more on the waiting list than the Green Bay Packers, though.
Yeah. And it may actually, I'm trying to think with the past election, it may be actually about 5, but yeah. So what the deal is that, again, they have entertainment. They have an entertainment component to baseball. And so what I share with some of y'all out there on Ebony Sports Reports in the audience, we tell people share, that the Savannah Bananas are akin to the Negro Leagues, because the Negro Leagues element was about entertainment also. It was the sport, but also it was the entertainment. And so, and I shared with some people, I said that when I talked about it, that the Savannah Bananas, that their playbook is tied to coming out of the Negro Baseball League. So the same thing we see right here in Savannah, Georgia right now. And so the memes to dreams. So you have someone that people have seen the meme with regard to the young man or with regards to Popeyes and his look. And so now what happened, we're going to see Daenerys Collins. He now playing Division II football. And what's your thoughts with the Popeye kids now getting an NIL?
That was outstanding now. Definitely. Yeah. Well, we have a new guest here. Coach Hall.
I can't tell with that face.
Wait a minute. Let me see what kind of mask he's got on. Look like the Chiefs. I can't see.
Coach Julius Hall, there was a poll taken before you came on the show, and the poll said that Coach Stud is in agreement that Philadelphia will win the Super Bowl and that San Francisco will not be there. And this was the poll taken that, again, Coach Stud.
Well, I could see all y'all going with Philadelphia, but the thing is that Jalen Hurts is due a bad game. They want to put the golden boy Purdy as being the next Tom Brady, Steve Young. And so they're going to put him in there. But Kansas City will just have a little bit too much offense for them. So Kansas City will beat San Francisco in the Super Bowl. You got to look at it. Cincinnati, Joe Cool, his time is up. They play bad and still been able to win. They can't play bad against Kansas City because once Kansas City get up 24 on you, it's too late for you to come back home.
And so, Coach Julius Hall, we're going to throw something out to you.
Yes, sir.
It's now Jalen Hurts' time. It is his time. It is his destiny. And now my thing, and this again, I try not to interject myself into the conversation, with the coaches, but I have to go and say this. Because Coach Stud had asked me, what did I think? And I had to go and say, I got to push it to Philadelphia. And I love Patrick Mahomes. I love Kelsey. I love them. I love Andy Reid. I love them. I love Eric. I love Eric. I love them. But I am a fan of the original nation. The original nation. Raider Nation. Everybody else followed. Everybody decided first it was the Raider Nation. Raider Nation is the first nation of them all. And that historically, the Raiders and the Chiefs have always been rivals. And so I cannot pull myself because I was waiting. I want to say, I cannot pull myself to go and root for Kansas City to win, a Super Bowl. I can't go and do that because Raider Nation must always surpass them. Raider Nation must. It's a must. We must. So that's why I just say I try not to throw myself in there. And I know Coach Julius Hall going to say, where are the Raiders right now? Where are the Raiders? Where are the Raiders? Where are the Raiders? But then I'll just let y'all know, again, I cannot. Though I do like Patrick and I'm proud of him, but I cannot. That's why I just have to go ahead and defer on over to Philadelphia,
But we know you psychic, for one, because you knew what I was thinking. You already knew what I was thinking. I said, what the hell are you talking about the Raiders for? The Raiders ain't in this. We ain't talking about nobody that ain't in this. The Raiders are history, son. You got rid of Derek Carr. What you gonna do? You got 5 years of rebuilding to do. What you say about that, brother? Don't he got a lot of rebuilding to do? He ain't got nobody in the back. You got to draft you a good quarterback.
Most definitely.
Stetson Bennett is available.
I think Stetson will be at a high level. I think he's gonna do well on the next level. I really do.
Yeah, especially if you go somewhere where it's something solid. He can go to Dallas and be good. He can go to the Raiders and probably be good. We don't need him in Atlanta.
Who do you want in Atlanta?
Probably CJ.
Okay.
Stroud. It needs something that's going to excite the fans. Somebody who's going to play and make it look great. So that's
sounds like Michael Vick used to excite him.
Yeah. They ain't built about Michael Vick though.
You're right.
That dude, man.
What about Dak Prescott? What's your take on him? You think he'd answer for Dallas?
Yeah, the Dallas USFL team.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And some gonna say one of the interceptions was not Dak's fault. It wasn't.
It wasn't.
Dak.
It wasn't.
That first one was though.
Hey, and then you see they thinking about getting rid of Zeke, and you saw what Zeke said recently. Zeke said that he's willing to take a pay cut before they even said anything about it. Zeke ready to take a pay cut so he can stay. You know he overpaid tipping. You can't get paid that kind of money tipping.
That right knee, you know, he got that big brace on it. I don't think it's all the way 100%.
Well, he need to get his butt up out of the way then. If it ain't
so, Coach, so Coach Hall, we also had discussed Coach Ed Reeves. What's your thought about Coach Ed Reeves' situation at Bethune?
Well, I think Coach Ed Reed, Coach and Ochocinco, and a bunch of these other guys need to be coaching at HBCUs. They do. They need to be at HBCUs right now. Change the game. Offer yourself up to go coach these teams. You're going to immediately bring recognition. You're going to immediately bring players that won't go to those other schools that'll go there because they'll be sitting on the bench some years there. They'll go play there. You could go anywhere from anywhere. Look where Shannon Sharp left Savannah State and went there. The Hamburg boys left Savannah State and went there. We had several players, 5-6 players that went to the NFL from Savannah State. So you can go anywhere from there, just your level of play. You know?
All right. So, and then as we talked and shared with regards to the protest, when Coach Ed Reeves goes and says, hey, listen, they didn't even clean up my office. My office wasn't even clean. And then Dion chimed in also with regards to some of this. So again, we tell folks again, the students had a concern because I think that it's not just with regards to Ed Reeves and his office, but then look at the campus in general, what was happening, what was going on with the concerns. But then now we come to Angel Reese with LSU. Angel Reese, what's your thoughts with regard to Angel Reese, Coach Stud, Angel Reese with LSU?
Come back to me on that one. Let me give it a little bit more thought.
What's your thoughts with regards to Angel Reese at LSU?
My favorite player at LSU is the Savannah native at LSU. That's my favorite player at LSU. If you talk about anybody else other than what my girl name? Flage. Then you talk. They undefeated. Yeah.
And a lot of that tied to Angel Reese, but
man, listen, my favorite player is Flage. Flage hit the buzzer beater to keep them undefeated a couple of weeks ago.
But Angel Reese also carried them this week right here. So she's doing a historic thing. But see, on Ebony Sportsbook, I'll say this: the opinion of Coach Julius Hall is merely the opinion of Coach Julius Hall. That those of you from LSU and then Angel Reese has been acknowledged. People are saying that she's a dominant force right now.
Yeah.
So it is. I'll say to you, Angel Reese, I got mad respect and mad love for what you're doing. You're doing double doubles. You're doing all that. You are being a true leader of the team. So that's why somebody like Flage will then understand when her time comes, what she didn't do to carry the team to victory. So, Coach Stud, you got any thoughts with regards to Angel Reese?
Girls basketball, I don't really follow. it.
So you try and be like Coach Julius Hall when it comes down to hockey and soccer. This is the sports.
Coach Hall say hockey and soccer shouldn't get no airtime.
The opinion of Coach Stud is merely opinion of Coach Stud. It's not the opinion of every sports reporter.
Exactly.
We believe in women's basketball, girls basketball.
When the tournament comes, I watch girl basketball when the tournament comes. I like girls basketball when the tournament.
No, I'm just saying Coach Stud. Now I see because Coach Stud been around Julius Hall, so now we got to do the same thing. The opinion of, and see, if they not putting up the statement, because the new producers, the producers that come back, they not putting the statement up. I got to let them know. They got to put that statement up, that bam, let them know, like, hey, listen, it's merely their opinion. So again, Women basketball, we love y'all, appreciate y'all. That way, we make sure we always got a topic that's pertaining to women basketball. So we're going now, Coach Julius Hall. We already discussed Kyrie and some of the Nets, but we're going to get your perspective with regards to Kyrie and the Brooklyn Nets and your favorite player, Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons and Anthony Davis, they are the same. I don't know. I think they got the same daddy with some bad bone structures or something in their bones. Because the boys' bones ain't worth a nickel. They both fall down, they dunk the ball, they come back down, and the next thing you know, they all for 6 weeks. What kind of mess is that? But Kyrie got mad handles. Kyrie, my man. Kyrie can do it. Kyrie, is KD back yet?
No, he's not back.
Kyrie will carry the team till KD
back.
Yeah.
But he's coming back. So again, Brooklyn Nets, and so I'm going to say that Brooklyn and the 76ers now have a rivalry. That they got a great rivalry going on. So I'm like, okay. And so Coach Julius Hall, I'll say this: you have an 8-year-old who's playing football. Would you and Coach Stud, how would you and Coach Stud handle it? Coach Julius Hall and Coach Stud, how would you and Julius Hall handle it? You got an 8-year-old, you have an 8-year-old playing football, and then it's a parents' night for you all to not do a little rambler, a little bull in the ring. How would you handle that? What would you do, Coach Stud?
I'm gonna get the 8-year-old to that game. Most definitely. Because that's our future, So whatever I had, I'm gonna put that on the bank burner. That's just a one-time thing. We can always catch that up. Let's get this 8-year-old to the game.
Oh no! What happened? They had parents that then were in the circle, bull in the circle. That they went and did that. So, Coach Julius Hall, what would you do?
A bull in the ring is part of football. If you ever played football, you know that one of the things you dread is bull in the ring. You got to get in there, and everybody, you in the middle of the ring, and everybody take turns coming to whop you. And you got to give your best. Now, parents all in the bull in the ring, that should not be allowed unless the parent is a coach, and the coach shouldn't show any indifference to his son or to the other player. But bull in the ring is part of football, but the parents should not be involved. Period.
Well, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say this in my contract. What's gonna happen for Ebony Sports Reporters? Some of the videos that we have, we're gonna have to let the people see the video so they can understand fully. So that way, then that's what we're gonna need to be doing. We're gonna because again, I'm talking to the audience. What the deal was, it was an 8-year-old football team, and the parents. Now, what happened? That the parents are right there. That the parents had the option of either carrying the ball, or the parents had the option. Mainly the parents had the option of basically tackling their children or running over them. That's what some of them did, or jumping over them. So again, this was something that people like, yo, check this out. You had one parent that jumped over his child when his child tried to tackle him. Another, a mama, and guess what? Don't think it was some dad. It was mamas. It was mamas. I said this. One of the mamas looked like she was about 250. She was about 250, and her own child, she like just like that. So yeah. So I'm gonna say now we're gonna need to be adding the video so the audience can also see, and then the audience can probably have some comments too with regards to this too. So yeah. So here go.
You do this. All you have to do, all your videos, you send them to Chris, and Chris will upload them, or send them to Giovanna, and Giovanna will upload them. All your videos.
I have Giovanna working on other projects. She's working on other projects. So yes. So we've been doing that so that way the artists can also go and see. And so Stephen A. Smith said that basically Ben Simmons is stealing money from the Nets. He said, what's your thoughts on that? Stephen A. Smith said that Ben Simmons is stealing money from the Nets.
And he should be sued. He should be sued to repay all that money because he has been stealing. It's theft by deception. It's called theft. You're a lawyer. You know that. It's called theft by deception. He deceived them into giving him money, thinking that he could play, and he took their money and has not showed up yet. By deception.
He said he's been there.
You seen it?
He played a little bit last night.
What say, Stud?
He played a little bit last night, but he's gonna have to come into his own though. They're not gonna let him steal no more. I would agree with Stephen A. Smith. He was stealing money, but he's gonna have to come into his own now. If not, he's gonna be out of the league.
The boy's scary.
He is that. I mean, the fans. I don't know that y'all watched the game. The fans was just had it. He was just all discombobulated, man. But they're not gonna let him steal no more money. He's gonna have to get on the court and produce. Go ahead, Coach Hall.
When he was in high school, brother, he was. Everybody was sending me this guy's highlight films. Killing it. He was a beast. My partner down there, Dre, sending me Ben Simmons. I said, man, he gonna get to the NBA and be a bust. And what did I say? NBA a bust.
That's what he have been thus far.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd rather have Jamal taking the player down low than Ben Simmons. Posting up.
All right. So, and that's right after. So, do you have us on the waiting list for the Savannah Bananas ticket, or have you gotten the tickets for the Savannah Bananas?
I have not gotten the tickets to the Bananas because they seem like they want to be a circus instead of a baseball team now.
Woo, Coach Julius Hall. That's what people like, Coach Julius Hall. It's the hottest ticket in the entire country.
Yeah.
People on their waiting list, Coach. I have to tell you.
We got a team that's pretty good, baseball team here.
Right.
They was on 60 Minutes the other day. You know, they got fans galore. They a semi-pro baseball team, a pro baseball team, you know, AAA.
Mm-hmm.
Beating everybody. Won 2 divisions in a row, 2 championships in a row or something, Jamal?
Yes. Mm-hmm. The Coastal Plains, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now they want to be a circus. Because they got people laughing at everything they do, and they got the bananas running up in the stand. I could see if they had some banana girls with short mini skirts on that me and Bernard and Coach Rob Deloach, all us would be there, you know? But they got bananas. All you can do is a banana. You know we do bananas, Coach Eric.
Yeah,
we give them the people who are just stupid, and they got to be green. They ain't yellow like the bananas in Savannah.
The opinion of Coach Julius Hall is merely opinion of Coach Julius Hall, and that we do not advocate for women to be running around with short banana skirts and other things like that. And so we're going to have to get Eden to make sure they put up that statement, because again, the opinion of Coach Julius Hall is merely his opinion. So Coach Stud, you were going to say something?
Yes, I wanted to bring Coach Hall's attention about the waiting list for these. It's longer than the Green Bay Packers waiting list. You got to support that.
That's right.
And then given the history.
Mm-hmm. And he should be making something happen for every sports reporter. So again, we are able to be there at the game. Hottest ticket in the entire country, Savannah Bananas.
But Coach Eric, you trying to go to the Savannah Bananas too?
Well, just because of the history of it, it's a possible chance.
Okay, we're gonna get you to the Savannah Bananas, and then you're gonna tell me, man, what y'all got me to? Circus?
I love you, man. Well, stop that, man.
What we're going to do right now, we have to go to a commercial. We'll go to a commercial and come back. That'll be sports reporters.
We'll be right back, y'all. right.
We are back. And now we go from Popeye Kid to Popeye NIL deal. Daenerys Garland got an NIL deal based on the fact that he's a meme for Popeyes. So what's your thoughts on that, Coach Judy Hall? That was what part we were talking about, and you was coming in.
Well, they need to get these NIL deals no matter what they are. I like the fact that now these kids are getting it. It does bother the recruitment of some high school players because of the transfer portal. But once these kids get this kind of money, it changes the games for their families also. They don't have to all go to the pros no more. Some of them can get it in college. Like the young man in Florida. I don't know whether you got this on the list tonight. Y'all have to excuse me. I've just been busy. I had 2 clients fly in. I was busy all week, so I haven't looked at the list yet. So how about the kid in Florida? The number 4-star quarterback that committed to Florida. First he committed to Miami. Then he committed to Florida when they gave him a $13 million NIL contract. $13 million. Then the guy who did it, he reneged on it. So he stayed at Florida then for a week or so, and then he asked for his release. So Florida just released him, so he don't know whether he's going to Dion, to Washington, Oregon, or wherever he might go on the West Coast. But the NILs are great. I wish it was, maybe I could have got one maybe when I was in high school back then. Getting ready, when the Braves and the Hawks wanted to draft me at the same time, I could have had me one, but of course Eric laughing, but Bernard could have got one at throwing people over a fence and all. Bernard could have got one, because that's what they want. They want the hypest players so they can pay this money, because people are going to come watch this, watch these games. And we need NIL in Savannah at Savannah State. We need to pick players. And I don't care if it's getting them hamburgers. They got to get something for their play, So that's my thoughts.
All right.
Coaches, don't get that disclaimer either.
Oh, no, I'm not. No, we don't even. Again, it's just your thoughts. I mean, that's all good. We're not sweating you on that. But we're not coming to this right here. We're going to have some conversations about. So when it comes to the Super Bowl, who wants to play who? Who do you think? Who wants to play who? Who would Cincinnati want to play? Who would San Francisco want to play in the Super Bowl for them the chance to win? So we throw it out there to you. Coach Julius Hall, who wants to play who?
I think San Francisco would probably want to play. No, I think Cincinnati would want to play San Francisco. They don't want to play Philadelphia.
Okay.
And I think Kansas City would rather play Philadelphia. They don't want to play San Francisco.
Okay.
You see? High-powered offenses don't want to see good defenses.
Mm-hmm.
Because it shuts them down and make them look, and then we will have a boring Super Bowl. So you're going to have Kansas City beating Joe Cool because Kansas City is just who they are. They're Kansas City, And you're going to have San Francisco beating Philly only because of defense. Only because of defense. Purdy will do just enough to win the game. But the defense of San Francisco will shut Philly down, and you have a San Francisco, Kansas City Super Bowl. Y'all just run the tape back in a week, okay?
All right. So, Coach Stud, who wants to play who in your mind?
In my mind, I feel Cincinnati would rather play Philadelphia. Just like Coach Hall said, the team with the better defense out of the NFC, I clearly think is San Francisco 49ers. However, I just still feel like Joe Cool would do just enough with Jamar Chase to get the win. See, nobody talking about Cincinnati. All we hearing about, instead of talking about Patrick Mahomes with Kansas City, and everywhere you go, people are saying Philly, Philly, Philly. Nobody's giving the 49ers a chance, but apparently me and Coach Hall. Yeah.
Okay. And Coach Scott said he only changed his opinion this morning.
I sure did.
He only
changed that opinion this morning. I was on Philadelphia and Cincinnati. I only changed my opinion this morning. I just don't see Kansas City hanging around with Cincinnati. Cincinnati done beat them 3 times with a healthy Patrick Mahomes. I just don't see them being able to do it with a banged up, gimpy Patrick Mahomes.
How much did Julius pay you?
No, that's my brother. We just value each other's opinion, you know.
Yeah, and then we are sports fanatics.
Yeah.
We are sports fanatics, Jamal. That's what we do. We are sports fanatics. I got this list you got here, but I don't even have to look at it. I can talk about almost any subject you got. I didn't see that little bull in the ring thing because it was a video you wanted us to watch. I didn't see it.
I hate I didn't watch that and elaborate more on that bull in the ring. That is what football is about. I mean, you got to be on your toes too, because you don't know what numbers he calling out, and they coming at you.
Your mama jumping over your head.
Ain't that something?
Your daddy tackling. No, they need to get out of that. What you trying to say, Jamal?
He's whispering something to me, I believe.
I'm just saying. I know you're still trying to look out for Juice because you know that's your brother. You know, because we in public, and I know, but I understand. I got you.
Hey, I thank y'all for having me on, man. Jamal, I'm be in your city for the Super Bowl. You gonna be there?
Oh yes,
Okay.
Right here, Jamal.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
So now because you saw we gonna move on to the other stuff. So what's your thoughts with regards to the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame? What's your thoughts on that?
Who's going in? Barry Bonds should be going in. Mm-hmm. Pete Rose should be going in. You know, I'm from that era where you had real baseball players, you know. Now, these kids these days are knocking the ball out with Judd and the rest of them. But back in the day, I heard my boy going, Andrew Jones is going in. He
should have. But
he was snubbed.
Huh?
He was snubbed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's one of the things people like saying, wait a minute now. They're like, this era right here is going to be a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, you got so many back. You could put the Atlanta Braves 1995 team, every one of them in there. The 1995 team. When the World Series, they won the first World Series then. They were bad. Gavin and all
the Cleveland Indians.
Huh?
They beat the Cleveland Indians, didn't they?
Yeah, they beat Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, the boy David Justice, Andrew Jones, all them boys, man, them boys were bad, man.
Maurice
Grisham, all of them, man. And we had the best coach, pitching staff in the baseball history.
Yeah.
History. That's beat them Yankees, Jamal like. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What?
So we now go on to the top 25 programs, the top 25 collegiate football programs. What's your thoughts on that? What are the top 20? You ain't got to give us top 25, but the top collegiate programs in football, Coach Stud.
My opinion?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with, let me see here. IMGA is number 1. Then I'm going to go with a program out in California, De La Salle. Then I'm going to go with number 3.
Now they're looking at on the college level, so I'm just saying, yeah.
Yo, you talking about high school or college?
College.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking about on the high school collegiate level. all around or just a football program?
Yeah, it is football. Yeah, because there have been some. All right, I'm going to share this with y'all. What some have gone to say the top 25 football programs in the country in last 20 years. That's what some of them I don't necessarily agree with fully, but that's what they went with. And of course, you had LSU, you had Oklahoma, you had Alabama, you had Georgia, and 25 actually wound up being Utah. So they just said, what are the top football programs last 20 years?
Utah may have the longest tenure coach out there by the guy by the name of Kyle Willingham. He's a pretty good coach now. And he recruit all over the country, get a lot of guys from out of Florida. I don't know how he convinced them to come to Utah, but he do. Yep. And tradition, you got USC. It just, I don't know where to begin at with that.
What are your thoughts on some, So again, it might be some that they didn't consider, but yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you one program that's finna get back in there. And I'm sure Coach Hall know them FSU Seminoles finna get back in there.
I see them getting back in.
They finally getting it done. They is bringing these
top 10.
They're a top 10 ball club. They're bringing these top 10 4 and 5-star recruits back up there now. They had lost that. No kid wanted to go to Florida. He entertained Florida, he entertained Miami, but Florida State was just couldn't get them. Now we back getting them up there now.
Jamal got a nephew play on the team.
Number 4.
Number 10.
Kalen DeLoach.
Oh, okay, the outside back of there. He's a good one now. Yes. No, he wasn't number 4, don't he?
I thought.
Yeah, I'm almost certain DeLoach was number 4.
Number 4.
Yeah, he's out of Savannah there.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He will play on Sundays. His picture will be in the background back there, Jamal, your nephew.
And he'll be a Raider.
What is a junior? He's a junior.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, you want my top 10?
Yes, we were coming to you.
Well, I might not give you 10.
Because you had told me Coach Stud is fanatical about FSU. I had to let him go and get it out. I had to let him testify. It's welcome by when they testify. He was testifying, so he was just put down. Just let him go and get it on now. Let that soul get it on now. Okay.
Before I tell you mine, I could tell you that this man, Coach Eric, he could tell you every player on Florida State that was being recruited, every player that was coming in, what school they went to, what they ran in the 440, what their GPA was, what their mom and daddy name is. And I'm serious. I'm not even playing with that. He can tell you all of that. Hey, listen, we used to be watching Florida State play people, and Florida State had Peter Warwick and all of them there back in the day, Tyler Ward, all of them. And he said they was third and 35. He look over at me and say, "Brother, we got plays designed to get 35 yards." I look at him and say, what they do? They get them 35 yards. Well, I was so mad every time. That's how I got to be. I got to be haters of Florida State. He loved them so much. He used to talk about them so much. Boy, listen, man. And one of his best friends. And that's what. Is that where Leroy went?
Yes, that's where he went.
Yeah, one of his childhood friends, Leroy Butler, went there.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, we went there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my top teams in college football, that we are back. The Bulldogs. I ain't got my Bulldogs stuff around me right now, but the Bulldogs are back. Now you cannot count Alabama out. You cannot count Alabama out because Nick Saban is mad right now. Saban gonna be pulling out all the stops. So you got Georgia and Alabama. You can't count Ohio State out because they always got a quality big program that is gonna bring it to you. Michigan, the same way. LSU, they're coming back up slowly. You saw that this year. The last 2 years, they've been coming back up. They've been playing people real hard and beating teams that they shouldn't have beat. But they wasn't beaten the last 5 years. Oklahoma, out there in that Midwest, Oklahoma's always a force. One of the teams that surprised me is Nebraska. They ain't been nothing in the last 6, 7, 8 years.
Right.
And but Oklahoma, USC, UCLA, and Florida State. Florida State is coming back up while Florida is declining. So I don't know what we're going to do about that. Miami is another team that's surprising me because it's just that they don't have the right. They got all the talent. They're just not using it right, and they just need good coaching down there in Miami.
To the viewers of Ebony Sports Reporters, you have just witnessed the actions. You now understand what the game plan was. And you all heard Coach Eric, Coach Stud go and say before Julius Hall came on that up until this morning, he had changed his mind with regards to Philadelphia. That's when he done made that switcheroo over there. And so now, us being Ebony Sports Reporters, because we are reporters, you all have now heard something, and you all then picked up on as to why Coach Stud did that, because Julius Hall now is a fan of the nose. So it's a trade-off. That's what's going on. That's what the deal is. So it is a sinister plot that is not even money. It's just the mere fact that Julius Hall now said, I'm going to put the nose down at number 10. And that's what Coach E said. Coach Stud's going to say, all right, so what's going to happen with me? Guess what? I'm no longer going to believe in Philadelphia. Guess what? It's going to the San Francisco 49ers. That's what happened. Yeah.
No, Jamal, that's not how it happened. Seriously. My Coach Eric knows that he got 2 people on his team. We're his brothers. We're closer than blood. Me and Jerry. Jerry's like our father. Yes. And he knows that both of us, we always holding on Florida State. We don't want Florida State to win just so we can pick at him.
Yeah.
Now, for me to put Florida State on there, I had to see some improvement. And they really shocked me this year. Really shocked me. I didn't believe that Florida State could beat the team that they beat this year.
Okay.
So they're on the rise. They're on the way back up.
All right. Okay. And so we will go and say we're going to not have a Tom Brady conversation. Tom Brady. And what you said, Julius Hall, that's what Tom Brady used the same type of language that he said with regard to when Jim Nance asking him a question. So now we go ahead. Tom Brady gave his thoughts with regard to people asking him constantly about his retirement plan. He's coming back. What's your thoughts with regard to Tom Brady? You have to say he was cursing. He was cursing them out.
Well, Tom is just frustrated right now. Coach Al Pompey, I thought he was going to jump on there because we pulled up at the same time he was coming in from a basketball game. He coached a little league, and he was just pulling in, but he was dead, dog tired from work and coaching, so he didn't get in. But Tom Brady is his boy. He cannot disown Tom Brady. When Tom Brady was doing great, he thought Tom Brady was the word. He put Tom Brady up in his man kid. So Tom Brady cussing people out. He's only showing y'all who he is. He's showing y'all that the Trump is coming up out of him. Y'all thought he was the golden boy, the greatest of all time, Mr. Clean. No, Tom got problems and issues just like everybody else. So Tom is getting frustrated with all those questions about retirement. He don't know what he's going to do. The person that I thought shouldn't have retired, and that was Gronk. Gronk shouldn't have retired. Gronk was still dominating everywhere on that field. So he shouldn't have retired. He should have just demanded more money. Gronk should have. And Tom Brady should have retired. So, but anyway, that's my thoughts.
All right. Coach E, what's your thoughts on Tom Brady?
Tom Brady, is going to have to come to grips with that he's just not playing at a high level no more. It's a shame that Brian Leftwich had to lose his job because Tom Brady, to be the scapegoat for Tom Brady not playing at a high level. Father Time have caught up with him, and it's just time for him to move on. Like Coach Hall said, he's frustrated, but if somebody give him a shot, he'll play another year. It's just the fire for the game, the love of the game, but he's just not playing at a high level. His arm is extremely weaker. He just can't make them throws no more.
Okay.
And he was never a threat to get out the way he may have barely over 100 yards rushing in the 19 or 20 years he's been in the league. He was never a threat to move, and he just simply can't move. And it was a shame that Brian Leftwich had to be the scapegoat because he wasn't playing at a high level. Didn't perform at a high level this year.
Yeah.
And then his wife left, and that really killed him.
That really had him killed. Brian Leftwich should have took this job here in Jacksonville.
I think it's a backstory to that, though, because he down there in Tampa, and, that's Tom probably hanging with Donald Trump at the mansion, riding over to Mar-a-Lago, hanging with Donald Trump at the mansion. So I think it's a backstory to that. And we'll find out later on what it really is. Now, those opinions of his mind, though.
Yes. And so now we come to which conference has the best QBs? Who's the best QBs in the NFL? Which conference has the best QBs? Again, it's your thoughts, Coach Vision Hall.
I think it's mixed. I think it's even, really, because when you got great quarterbacks and some young kids that are going to be great quarterbacks like Mahomes, Jaden Hurst, Joe Cool, it's just some great quarterbacks. You got some bums in there now. I don't know what the hell Indiana was thinking about bringing your cousin over there, but we getting rid of Indiana. Going to get rid of him. Matt Ryan has stole more money than Ben Simmons. Matt Ryan has stole more money from the NFL than Ben Simmons has stolen, and Anthony Davis has stolen from the NBA. Matt Ryan is a cold bum. I knew Matty Ice wasn't worth a damn dime. They didn't have to spend no money on him. I knew it all the time.
Wow. Hey.
Brother.
I liked it, Matt Ryan, when he came out of Boston College. I think the same thing that happened to Tom Brady just happened to him. He's just on the decline now. He's not playing at a high level. But he was a pretty good quarterback to me coming out of college, though. I think it's even for us the good quarterbacks like Coach Hall spoke about. You got some young up-and-coming, and they going to be – I even like Daniel Jones for the Giants. And he throw it and show his toughness running. I wouldn't expose him to taking them hits. They've got an offense built around with him for him to run. I just wouldn't expose my quarterback like that. But they making the big bucks.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
What do you two think about the boy coming out of TCU? Will he be that type of tough quarterback also? I liked him, but it seems like they were playing above their head, but they beat Michigan. And you have to give them credit for that. They beat a top-tier team, a top-5 team, and they beat them. It was close, but they beat them. It wasn't no fluke. They beat them. It was all hard. Sometimes, brother, hype will beat talent.
Well, talent, emotions, talent gonna weigh emotions out. I think you could put TCU up against Michigan again, and Michigan will beat them 7 out of 8 times. Michigan just had a bad game as Georgia showed us. And I supposed to spot it that I was upset with myself. It wasn't gonna be close. Just totally 2 different conferences, man. And Kirby Smart hitting on all cylinders up there in Athens, Georgia. He's punishing his teacher. Gave 2 games away to him. Proud to say, hey, let me line up and I'm gonna beat you. I was the student, you was the teacher, but I'm gonna beat you consistent now. Mm-hmm. The University of Georgia is something to be reckoned with. He gave away 2 games. One of them, he should have put a bow on it and gave it to him.
Damn sure should.
Yep.
And so we now go from Tom Brady to the best floppers. Who are the best floppers that you all know? Best floppers
in the NBA. Let's see here.
NBA?
NBA, yes.
Yes.
That's a bust or just a flop?
Just like so what happened that you got Patrick Beverly, basically loses the ball, but never touched. So Patrick Beverly just fell out. And everybody's like, he just flopping, he just flopped. He just willingly just.
Another one does that all the time, though.
So I'm just saying, who the best floppers? You know,
another one that does that all the time. If you notice, two people do it all the time, but they're great players. Great players, but they looking for a foul every play. That's LeBron and KD. They're looking for a foul every play.
Yes.
I love LeBron and KD. I don't have nothing to say about, especially LeBron. I don't have nothing to say about him. I just don't like his team. But LeBron is a flopper too. He wants a foul every time he gets on the court. He wants the Michael Jordan rule.
Yeah.
So, Coach Stud, what's your thoughts? Who's the best floppers?
The biggest flopper to me is KD. Now you talking about a foul every Now he's the biggest. I don't know which one the best at it, but he's to me. Durant is the biggest flopper.
You know another one, brother? Draymond Green. He loves to act up too.
Draymond Green. He's the intimidator.
He should be in Hollywood, not what is that, San Francisco? San Francisco?
Yeah.
Be in Hollywood. That boy there, he's a faker too now. But he can play that. But I'm talking about he just flops every time. Ain't nobody touch you, KD. Ain't nobody done nothing to you. Now they do chop him up a little bit, but even when they don't, he still won't the foul. He still, and then when he hits somebody, he act like he ain't done nothing. You know, he's entertainment. I like it. He's the Dennis Rodman of basketball now.
Yes, he's the Dennis Rodman. I can see that.
To America, I could have sworn Coach Julius Hall was going to say Chris Paul.
You are right though, Jamal. Now you know how I feel about Chris Paul. I like Chris Paul. I think he's an outstanding young man. I think he gives to the community and everything, and can play, just flat out play. One of the most underrated players in the NBA that you really can't guard. But he is a flopper too. You are absolutely correct. He is the number one guard flopper out there, probably. He does. You see him? He wants to foul every play too. I'm glad you brought him up. He does.
And so we now move on to the last subject, and this is one that's sensitive to some people. What's your thoughts on Georgetown basketball? Georgetown men's basketball. What's your thoughts on Georgetown men's basketball?
Can I go first?
University.
Can I go first?
La Jolla. Yes.
Is Patrick Ewing still there?
Yes.
So do I need to say any more? He need to Listen, if Patrick Ewing is doing, I love what he did. He doing what these other star athletes in football should do at HBCUs. But Patrick can't inspire for some reason. Some playing for him and everything else. You know, and he can't inspire these kids to play at another level, then it's got to be the coach. You got to go ahead and get rid of Patrick. Because Patrick, he need probably be good somewhere else. Like Juwan Howard is at Michigan. You know, but he needs to. You got to get Patrick in a system where he can recruit better. Nobody don't go to Georgetown like that no more. Georgetown used to be the cradle of all basketball. Georgetown, UNLV. If you didn't go to those schools, all their players got drafted. You know, yeah. So that's the problem. I think it's coaching and recruitment.
So, Coach E, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I think he'll be there at his automata until he's ready to leave. I feel Georgetown just gonna ride the wave. You know, Patrick Ewing is what really put them on the map there. You know, and but some coaches just can't get the best out of their players. I don't know why you have coaches like that. They just don't know how to get the best out of them. They could be good recruiters and bring them players in, and just don't know how to get them to play at that level that we thought that they would coming in. And Patrick may be one of those, but I just feel like Georgetown is going to ride the wave with him, though.
And that's interesting that you say that, Coach Eric. Jamal.
Yes.
Take your boy AJ. We got a kid here who goes to my alma mater.
You had to bring that up. You had to bring that up.
Yeah, I had to bring it up that he goes to my alma mater. The kid is, they told me about him, but I had to go witness it because I hadn't been to the first 14 games that we played there this year. I'll be there Saturday, and I'll probably be there Tuesday to see them the next 2 games they play. This kid is awesome. This kid reminded me of almost a Kobe Bryant without the height. This kid he has that. You ever seen, you be saying, I knew Purvis wasn't gonna make it long. I knew that certain players wasn't gonna make it. That boy Brown, Kwame Brown, they didn't have that. You can't guard me. I'm that man. They didn't have that Deion spirit. You know, they didn't have it. Deion told you ain't throwing my way because you ain't gonna make it, and he backed it up. If you don't think and believe in yourself like that, you're not gonna perform on that court like that. This kid I saw the other night, I was just amazed. Sam said, Coach Sam said, well, he'd probably have 25 or 30. He said he'll probably have 25 or 30. I watched that boy and I said, you know, I'm a basketball connoisseur. I know talent when I see it. You know, I'm sitting there looking, I said, this kid got it. This kid got it. He wants the ball. He gonna shoot the ball. He gonna take you to the hoop. He gonna show you up. He gonna do everything. And I got to bring it to Jamal and them. They train, Jamal them trains and right there at 27-17 at the gym there. They do awesome at 27-17. Jamal and Coach Sam Carter and Coach Rob Deloach, they're awesome with these kids. They're teaching them first responsibility and to get their education. They're teaching them to be young men, but they're bringing that talent out. They're training them to be all that they can be. This kid, y'all doing a great job with this kid. This kid is awesome. Even though he goes, you know, that's where he gets the awesomeness from being a Wolverine.
Is he a junior? Oh, he a senior.
He's senior.
He's senior, okay.
Even though I try to encourage them to go to the best high school here, Evans V. Jenkins High School, I try to tell all of them.
You see what he called this school? You see what he called this school? Evans V. Jenkins. The thing is named after a slave master named Herschel V. Jenkins.
Oh!
Well, now you know here they have renamed about 4 or 5 high schools because of that.
Oh,
they have, yes, they did. You have the Robert E. Lee High School. They changed the name. The first one they changed was Nathan B. Forrest. They changed that to Westside High School. Then they went and got Robert E. Lee and changed it to Riverside High School, and have done several middle schools. They have changed the name. They had big protests about the name of them.
Well, can I put a motion on the floor to change Herschel V. Jenkins to Eastside High.
This is Ebony Sports Reporters. We will see y'all next week. We will be looking at the games, so then that way to determine which one of Coach Julius Hall teams will win. He has now bribed Coach Eric Stud did not go along with him. All because it's about FSU. It's
FSU.
Okay.
We gotta take you to the game, Jamal.
Yes.
You're gonna be traveling to the game. Me, you.
Get him up there and dope. Get him up there and dope. Stadium, 80,000 strong tummy hawking up in there.
Ain't nothing like it.
Ain't nothing like it.
Hey, the five of us gonna be there. Bernard and Coach Al, all of us going there. We gonna be there. The five of us. I guarantee you, Coach Eric, we gonna be there. We gonna be there.
And we appreciate y'all, Ebony Sports Reporters. We'll see y'all next week.
All right. Good night, y'all.
All right. I thank y'all for having me.